Yes, it was John Chacon. That's the only person it could have, because when she went to Richmond, Kentucky and stayed with them 2 young boys, she never got pregnant. And she never got pregnant by John Chacon either. That's why he gave her that. That's why he gave her that. I don't want to call it a date rape drug because it may not be, but he knew, as somebody who was a Marine and who said that he was in intelligence work and shit like that. Okay, this is stuff that John Chacon has admitted, that he was a Marine and that he was in intelligence. Well, if he's in intelligence, he's going to know what to give somebody to knock them out, right? Right? Yes. Okay, so if he knows what to give them to knock them out, then he knew what, I now know what he knows. Okay, that's my point. My point is I now know what he knows. He gave her a knockout drug that would sterilize her so that he couldn't get her pregnant and would knock her out cold so that he could date rape her. And that's what it was. And we know it had to be him because when she went to Richmond to stay with the 2 20-year-old guys, she never got pregnant by them. And she never got pregnant by the black guy on the Greyhound bus either. Okay? And she sure as hell never got pregnant by me. 3.5 months of unprotected sex and she didn't get pregnant? Yeah, right. Yeah, she's sterile. There's no question she's sterile. And when I went on the official government website, the Food and Drug Administration website, and I looked up this particular item, it said yes, it can make you sterile. Yes, it can mess with your head. And Andrea has a problem with drooling. It causes that too. And so, you know, everything that Andrea is going through right now, according to the FDA's own official government website, she is experiencing every side effect. That's the word I'm looking for. Side effect of everything that this particular item does. Everything. All of it. Where she would lay in the bed all the time, how she was drooling out the mouth, the craziness in the head, the fact that she's sterile, all of it. And I know what he used to do it with. This man is sick, he's messed up, he needs to go to jail. Unfortunately, family court is not a criminal court. Luckily for him, and unfortunately for me, family court is not a criminal court. Yes, I've had people that have seen his Facebook. He blocked me on Facebook, and for damn good reason. He stole my wife. You don't get on this thing here. Oh, by the way, I've read your messages, John, to my wife, because I've got the iPod Touch. I've got it in my hands. I've read the messages. Okay, you don't get on something and lure a man's wife out of her home to go have sex with her. You don't do that shit. All right, so he's a scumbucket, no matter how you cut it. But I've got his messages right here. I've got them. No, Mouse does not have an iPod Touch. I don't know what Mouse is doing. I haven't had no contact with her at all and don't want no contact with her. Because obviously, at this point, she's dangerous. She's dangerous to herself and to others. And so therefore, no, I want no contact with her. See, this drug, when it gets in your head, it actually can make you dangerous. It really can. Should I release some messages to the public? No, I'm not going to release the messages to the public. But I will say this. That young girl's life is ruined. And it's ruined because of somebody that hated me. See, John Chacon's one of my haters. I don't know what his handle is on YouTube, but he's one of my haters on YouTube. Sabrina Krim was able to confirm that when she called and talked to him. I just don't know which one. But yeah, he lured a young woman who was married to his home, date raped her, and gave her a drug that messed her head up and made her sterile. That is a fact. I now know this as a fact. Now, you say, well, proving it is another thing. Okay, you're right. I have to prove it. But I think I've got exhibit number 1, which is Andrea, who is now sterile and who is now mentally a basket case, I think that's really all the proof I need. And like I said, since she didn't get pregnant by the 2 men in Richmond, Kentucky, and she didn't get pregnant by the black dude on the Greyhound bus, and she didn't get pregnant by me, I think it's a fairly safe bet that she's been sterilized. 3.5 months of unprotected sex and she never got pregnant. So yeah, and then like I said, when I went to the FDA's own government website and looked it up, sure enough, one of the side effects can be sterility. Can be. It's not always, but can be.